Now, a recent poll of 1,000 12 to 19-year-olds has found that although they can give you the price of an MP3 player almost to the pound, they're woefully off the mark when it comes to the cost of a loaf of bread. Guesses ranged from a penny to £200. So now, do you think this is a bad state of affairs?
I think it is, really, you know, because I suppose it's coming from a very working class family. I was always very aware that we couldn't afford things like well, they weren't out in them days anyway, but, you know, things that I want, that we wanted. We couldn't afford it. And my mother had a really good line for me. She said, I can buy you that, but your daddy can't have any tea. Oh! So, and I used to think, oh no, I'd like my daddy to have his tea. So it made me sort of realise that we could only have...
That really is cruel.
It really put into my head that there is not enough money to buy everything.
Well, that's because you're lovely. What would you do if you had a completely horrible child who goes, yeah?
Yeah, well, whatever.
Look at him.
Starve.
Yeah.
Let him starve. He's too fat anyway.
Yeah.
I think you do. I think you have more respect for money if you grow up not having any, and I do think that kids...
That's not true at
No,
all.
it is true. Absolutely, it is, because you know you value it. Like, I don't worship money at all. It isn't the most important thing to me, but you know I have respect for money, and I know what things cost most of the time. I do, and I don't waste money. I don't live beyond my means, and I don't borrow money that I can't afford to pay back. You know, I think that does come from, you know, just knowing. When I was little, we really couldn't do anything. You know, if we wanted to go swimming, no, we couldn't because there was no money. So as soon as we all could, we went to work. You know, I did a paper round at 11, and I got paid 18 shillings for it. So for young people, that's 90p. That's a week. That's 90p a week to get up every morning at 6 a.m, go to the paper shop on a bus, go and get the papers, walk back, do the paper round, which is about 2 or 3 miles, get home. 90p a week. Well, just when you've only got 90p a week, you know exactly where every penny of that goes. And you know, even so now, I do know exactly where every single penny of my money goes, and I keep a record of it. Well, roughly, yeah.
Exactly.
No, but the thing is, bread and milk you have to have. So I don't know, about £1 or something, isn't it?
Oh, it's London you're in, isn't
Well, I
it?
live in London, yeah. So, you know, I go to the little local shop where even a carton of orange juice is £2.75 in there, but in, you know, in the supermarket it's two for £2.50. See, I know where all the bargains are, and also I've got a little pile at the moment on the kitchen top, vouchers. And me and Mark are getting so excited because we're going to the shop with the vouchers at the weekends. Because I don't know if you remember, but I complained to a rice company because one of the rice that we opened, 2 of them in fact, were mouldy. So we sent it back and complained, and they sent us some vouchers. Yeah, for some free rice.
You know, people say, what does that 27-year-old see in you, Carol? I get it now. I get it.
No, you
Life in the fast lane.
I spend a lot of money on holidays and things like that, but you know, there's no point in wasting money on paying £2.75 for an orange juice when you can get 2 for £2.50.
Well, you could go and pack her bags for her because you're really good at that, aren't you?
Yeah, with the vouchers.
Well, I mean, I must admit, you know, Steve and I were fairly careful. I'm probably more careful than him because he's, you know, blokes don't have purses. Well, real men don't have purses. He's always emptying his pockets with change and this sort of stuff and leaving them in little pots and little piles. So I kind of gather it up and take it. You know, you can go to the supermarket and you can put them in those machines.
Thieve his pockets. You go ahead.
No, but what I then do is then I put it in our joint account.
Go down Selfridges and buy yourself a nice top.
But no, I take it and I put it in our savings account.
You see, I'm like that. I'm very careful because I empty things out and I put little things. Anything that's got a hole in, I put little change in. You know, like...
what, you just leave it there?
Yeah. So, like, for instance, Jane, for instance, like, if I've got a box, you know, with the hair colour... Jane, if I've got a box, you know, when you do hair colour, I take that out and I put change in that. You know,
where is it all? Where?
Well, I found some in an old glove the other day, so I've got 5 holes, 5 lots of change. Yeah. So I've got a thing about putting money into things, you see. It does in plastic folders, little pots of things everywhere.
Do you know how much money you've got in your bank account at the moment?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
How much money you've got in your purse?
Yes. Well,
no.
when I say yes, It's just that what I do, you see, purses get heavy, don't they? And I pour all the change out, and then I find little holes to put them in.
And is this something that you picked up from when you were little?
I don't know. Do you know? It's like a squirrel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a squirrel at heart.
Yes.
And I
something.
scrummage around and put little bits of money everywhere. If you
You're
came to my
squandering your nuts, love. That's what you're doing.
I keep my nuts safe.
What about because you know you do spoil her a bit. So does she have any respect for money?
You know what? People say I do spoil her, but she's got the most sensible head that I've ever met anybody.
Where'd she get that?
I don't know.
I was going to say, where's the barometer?
And she doesn't squirrel her nuts, whatever it's called. You know, I said, you mean it squirrels mine?
Oh, Sherrie. There are some days I really worry.
You could have some nuts. If you came to my house, you could find all over the place. You'd never starve. Honest to God.